Did you know that Thatcher's elite skin was based off a real-life operation? Make sure you stick around to the end to find out more about that and to find out much more about Thatcher, because today we're going to be covering Thatcher's lore.
GPS satellites, unmanned drones, fucking laser sights. The more crutches you have, the more it hurts when they're kicked out from under you. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that a 6-inch blade never loses reception.
Thatcher's real name is Mike Baker. He stands at 5'9" and weighs 158 pounds, and he's 56 years old. His place of birth is Bideford, England, and he's part of the SAS and the Viper Strike Squad. His background starts out with a quote: "What you can feel, what you can touch, those are things that are real. Everything else is just a distraction." Baker comes from a long line of dock workers and soldiers. At the age of 18, he enlisted for active military duty despite family pressure to join the family trade as a stevedore. Immediately thrown into politically charged conflicts, Baker's performance was exemplary. Further training and another conflict gave him a Distinguished Flying Cross and Conspicuous Gallantry Cross. His keen sense of observation and decisive manner, combined with his close-quarter combat techniques, made him an invaluable on VIP protection detail. With extensive field experience and proficiency in SAS tactics, Baker is a critical asset to any Rainbow operation. He has honed his expertise with protective measures and electronic countermeasures, and frequently works with engineers to advance the equipment. As a Warrant Officer Class 1 Regimental Sergeant Major, Baker serves as a respected and effective mentor to new recruits. Baker maintains his agility training, continuing abseiling, and has broken numerous mountain climbing records. Knowing that Specialist Mike Thatcher Baker is cynical towards bureaucracy, I wasn't surprised that he was reluctant to meet me. I needed a different approach. Baker lives aboard the Iron Maggie, a boat in dry dock that he repairs in his spare time. It's his retirement plan. I suspect he moved there temporarily when his wife divorced him, but now he knows no other civilian home. Raised in a coastal town, Baker has a strong connection with the water. We spent our entire meeting on the deck of his ship overlooking the cold sea. Being someone who isn't handy, mastering a paper airplane as a kid was the peak of my craft. I wanted to know what Baker likes about boat building and working with his hands. He told me that besides appreciating the precision of it, he likes shaping the wood into something that has a purpose. I suggested it was similar to how he mentors recruits. He replied that he doesn't care about the why of things the way us uni types do. Baker has a distinguished record of military service. He's respected and in some cases idolized by those he mentors. When he welcomed me into his home, I could see why people describe him as down-to-earth. There's more to Baker's gruff, no-nonsense exterior. It's just required some effort for him to trust me. Specialist Seamus Sledge Cowden is one of his few close friends. Baker's tolerance of Specialist Mark Mute Chander surprised me, since Baker is impatient with youthful bluster. When asked, Baker would only say, "Mute's a clever kid." He sounded almost envious. I wonder if Mute reflects something Baker wishes he had been. While by no means a Luddite, Baker does have an aversion with technology. To him it's a tool, like a hammer or a screwdriver, nothing more. The idea that people come to rely on as a crutch is what annoys him. I suggested that he spend time in the engineering lab with Specialist Masaru Echo Inatsu and Emmanuel Twitch Pecan. They have a lot to teach one another. The evaluation of Thatcher's gadget, the EGMKO EMP grenade, was done by Pulse. Pulse says one of the biggest challenges for a team is Specialist Mike Thatcher Baker's EGMKO EMP grenade, since the electromagnetic surge can disable electronic gadgets within its radius. The EGMKO EMP grenade disrupts. In some cases, it can destroy quite a few of our devices. It locks up my cardiac sensor so it can't detect another pulse. The EMP is deceptively simple. It's the grenade's impact that charges the electron particles. The concentrated energy cascades across an area, even through walls, and spikes nearby electronics. Short of wrapping ourselves in a Faraday shield to protect our devices, there isn't much that we can do against that. Despite how exhausting Thatcher's I told you so can be, I appreciate how the EMP is an extension of his personality. The same could be said about each of us, but Thatcher really owns it, man. It's as straightforward and direct as he is and keeps us on our toes, and he loves every damn minute of it. Sludge's elite skin is called Operation Nimrod, which was actually a real-life operation called, well, Operation Nimrod. Essentially, over around 6 days, the SAS was able to infiltrate a building where 6 gunmen were holding 26 people hostage. They were able to take out 5 out of 6 of the gunmen and able to save 25 of the 26 hostages. The Prime Minister of Great Britain at the time of this was Margaret Thatcher, so Thatcher, Operation Nimrod, that's how it comes together in Rainbow Six Siege. And if you actually look at Thatcher's relevant experience, one of the 6 operations listed is Operation Nimrod, so he actually participated in the Rainbow Six Siege lore. Also, if you go on the Wikipedia page for the Iranian embassy siege, which eventually caused the British Army to initiate Operation Nimrod, it says that Rainbow Six Siege uses the Iranian embassy siege as inspiration, which I actually don't know how true that is. It kind of seems valid to me. But what do you guys think of Thatcher as an operator? Do you think he's banned too much? I personally think he's due. I love using the 2.0 on the L8 5A2. And this is just a personal opinion, but I think that the EMP grenades are a really fun gadget to use. They're one of my favorite ones to use in the game, and they're way better than the EMP impacts, and nobody can tell me different. Make sure you guys drop a like and also subscribe so you don't miss the next part of Rainbow Six Siege lore.